Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another stout review. Finishing up the final stout from the amazing box of Illinois beer, courtesy of our man Nick. I appreciate you, sir. Tonight we're going to Maplewood. I've actually been there before. I have been to Maplewood, which is cool. Chicago, Illinois. This is barrel-aged Cuppa, and this is the vanilla rye, I think it says. I don't even know how well the camera is going to pick up this like crazy gold label. Does it say vanilla rye? Vanilla rye. And it says Saz underneath that, so I'm guessing it's Sazerac rye barrels, which is awesome. That's the first rye whiskey I ever had. I'm still a fan of it. This is a 2022 vintage. It was canned on December 16th of 2022, so we're in December of 2023. It's a year in the can. Maplewood was a rad spot. I feel like when we were there, it was 2018. I feel like they were pretty new. My memory of that night is hazy because that was the last brewery that we went to. And I remember tripping out because I think we were there until like 2 in the morning, and breweries do not stay open that late here in California. Nathan and I started the day at Goose Island. We were drinking like some double barrel Bourbon County something or other, like some 17% beer at like 11 a.m. And then we went to Forbidden Root, which was awesome. Drank a ton of beers with Crage. And then we went to Crage's house and had like a beer share on his balcony. Then we were drinking like stupid Toppling Goliath stouts. And then we went to another brewery before we went to Maplewood, and it's escaping me which brewery it was, and it's bothering me. I texted him before I started this video, but I never heard back from him. So there was another brewery we went to. It was somewhere in Chicago. Gosh darn it. We were sitting at like a booth kind of a setup, and they had good food there. We had beers there, and then we finished the night at Maplewood. So yeah. This is 13% alcohol by volume. Sorry for rambling. I just was reminiscing on my Chicago trip from 2018. Went back this year. I was there for opening day with Cubs Brewers. It was I love Chicago. It says Imperial Stout brewed with vanilla beans, cacao nibs, and Hex coffee. I hope I'm saying that right. H-E-X-E, Hex coffee. So let's do it. I think I have only ever had hoppy beers from Maplewood, and they were fire. Gosh. Oh no! No. Oh. I was not expecting that, and I have nothing to clean this up with. Oh, freaking A. Hold, please. All right, we got that all cleaned up. Fun fact, that is the second Chicago Stout that has gushed on camera. Imperial Smells Like Bean Spirit did that. That was maple, though. What would have re-fermented in a can that would have caused it to do that? This is vanilla, cacao, and coffee. Hopefully this can's all right. We'll see. I was not expecting that. I was not ready for that. Sorry that I had to stop the video to clean all that up. That's what happens. So, I didn't even see like how it was pouring in the glass because when it started gushing, I was like, oh no, and I just poured it, but it is freaking pitch black in the glass. Quarter finger of like a khaki mocha head. It is pretty marshmallowy. Hopefully this beer's all right. Hopefully nothing's wrong with it. Let's shove our fat nose in it. See what it smells like. Definitely cacao, chocolate. I mean, it's not like sweet diabetes milk chocolate, but it's like that cacao nips for sure. I think there's some coffee still. I mean, coffee fades over time. Definitely has like a roast. And there's a good amount of oakiness to that. Quite a bit of wood, she says. But yeah, this is just, I mean, this is nothing insane. But again, with the adjuncts, you know, over a year, I wouldn't expect it to be like crazy, just jumping out of the glass. Again, this one, 13%, does not smell boozy. Doesn't smell harsh. It just smells like an awesome, like chocolatey, roasty. There's a sweetness to it. I don't know if I'd be able to say it's vanilla, but definite sweetness. But it just smells like an awesome barrel-aged stout. Let's go and taste it. Nick, cheers. Thanks, bro. So thankfully nothing's wrong with it. I just had some re-fermentation action. That's actually fucking delicious. Holy smokes. So the chocolate on that, the nose is not sweet, but that is plenty like brownie batter-ish. chocolate, but we had said we smelled a sweetness, like kind of on the back end of that aroma. The vanilla is still so present in this beer, and the vanilla sweetness on the finish of that is insane. Really, really good. There is a touch, just a touch of like spirit character. Doesn't drink hot, doesn't feel fusel, but there's just something about that. Maybe like a touch of like rye spiciness. There's just something kind of on my tongue that I think is telling me this is a barrel-aged beer. This is a 13% beer, but it doesn't, if it makes sense, doesn't drink boozy, doesn't drink hot. Very chewy, awesome mouthfeel to this beer. But man, if you like vanilla, it has like, and I always come back to this when I drink vanilla beers, when they're like good, it's like that vanilla cake frosting, or like a cupcake. If you had like a chocolate cupcake with vanilla frosting on it, that's what this is. There's a little bit of roast still that we were smelling. You taste that, but I don't think you really taste a whole lot of coffee. This kind of reminds me of back in the day when Modern Times did modem tones with vanilla. When you would get like a good bottle, or they started canning it, when you get a good can of that, it was just fudgy, brownie, cakey, cupcakey, vanilla frosting. It's like that. I think this had a better mouthfeel than that beer did, though. Yeah, it's super chewy. And like I said, while there is a sweetness, it doesn't seem cloying to me. It doesn't seem over the top. It doesn't seem too much. Again, with this one, it's sticky on your lips. It's delicious. This is really, really good. Now that I'm talking a little bit more, that oakiness kind of coats the roof of your mouth. And again, with this one, it gives like that drying kind of sensation, which makes you like, I'll take another sip of that. I'll take another sip of that. But guess what? It's 13%. Your boy's about to be jamon con huevos. So I was lucky enough that Nick sent a box of 4 amazing stouts. I still think, I don't know why my brain cannot remember the name of it, just because I'm not familiar with the brewery. Riverlands? I think the Riverlands Anniversary Stout was my favorite out of the 4. This is up there though. This is fantastic. I just think the Riverlands one was non-adjunct, so it was just base stout, aged in a bourbon barrel, and it was just fucking amazing. This is also amazing, but you're adding adjuncts to it to like kind of, up the flavors. This is world class. Unreal. Super, super stoked I got to drink this. So good. So I can only imagine. I wonder, like, if you drink one of these super, super fresh, I bet you the coffee is very present. If there was a coffee, like a strong coffee note to this with that sweetness, I bet you if there was, I'm assuming there would be a little bit of like a coffee bitterness and maybe some roast that would cut down a little bit on that sweetness that would make it like super, super next level. But as this is drinking a year plus in the can, this is fuego. Good stuff. I would love to have more Maplewood barrel-aged stouts. Crage, I know you're watching, bro. Hook it up, player. So we will leave it at that. Nick, I can't thank you enough for sharing these beers. So good. So fun to drink some beers from Illinois. So that is barrel-aged Cuppa Vanilla Rye from Maplewood, the 2022 vintage. Good stuff. Do you guys have this one? Did you have it fresh? Let me know if the coffee was like a big part of it. So that's it. I'm out of here. See you soon. Cheers.
Thank you for coming behind the bar, in the arcade, all that shit.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these